Kelly, they'll be putting your name next to John, next to Benzino. Die, motherfucker, like the last motherfucker saying alien vein, alien brain. Satanist, yeah. My biggest flops are your greatest hits.
Roasting hot. That's magic.
Well, what's that? 17 minutes ago, was it? We're in the house minding our own business, lining my ribs. Then boof, we're here in the high street searching for the beefy bake.
That is the power of advertising, Jack Boy. We are the mere puppets of your marketing bigwigs.
But it seems to only be with food. Because if it was two carpet sweepers, we wouldn't be standing here now with a couple of carpet sweepers, would we?
No. It's a strategy, you see. See the beefy bake? That's aimed at the likes of you and us, you know, pensioners. See your marketing boys, they know what we're all about. We're lazy, greedy bastards.
You know at 3 o'clock, you're a boy hair away from opening a packet of tea cakes to tide you out of supper time, and you go like that, bang, stick the advert right in there at the exact time.
That there is bait.
And we've took it like a couple of wankers.
Aye, we're a couple of wankers. Oh,
Hello, Winston.
oh, hello. Where are you off to in such a hurry?
I'm going there to get 2 beefy bakes.
Let me guess. 17 minutes ago, you're in the house, and then, I could go a beefy bake.
Aye.
He's seen the advert.
Right.
Aye. Did I?
Now you're doing here like a zombie. Beefy bake. The telly's made you do that, boy.
I hate that. It's like hypnotism.
The telly's made you do that, boy.
I hate that. It's like hypnotism.
I will get it up. The man no having one.
Whoa, what are you talking about? Get in there and see it through like you're supposed to.
No way. Lying in their pockets. I decide when I'm going to eat.
Okie dokie then.
What are you hanging about for?
I want you to imagine walking into a room, control room with a bunch of people, 100 people hunched over at desks with little dials, and that control room will shape the thoughts and feelings of 1 billion people. I was a design ethicist at Google, where I studied how do you ethically steer people's thoughts. This might sound like science fiction, but this actually exists right now, today. This might sound like
science fiction,
but this actually exists
right now, today.
I know because I used to be in one of those control rooms. I was a design ethicist at Google, where I studied how do you ethically
steer people's thoughts.
Because what we don't talk about is a handful of people working at a handful of technology companies, through their choices, will steer what 1 billion people are thinking today. Because when you pull out your phone and they design how this works or what's on the feed, it's scheduling little blocks of time in our minds. If you see a notification, it schedules you to have thoughts that maybe you didn't intend to have. If you swipe over that notification, it schedules you into spending a little bit of time getting sucked into something that maybe you didn't intend to get sucked into. When we talk about technology, we tend to talk about it as this blue sky opportunity. It could go any direction. And I want to get serious for a moment and tell you why it's going in a very specific direction. Because it's not evolving randomly. There's a hidden goal driving the direction of all of the technology we make. And that goal is the race for our attention. And the best way to get people's attention is to know how someone's mind works. And there's a whole bunch of persuasive techniques that I learned in college at a lab called the Persuasive Technology Lab to get people's attention. A simple example is YouTube. YouTube wants to maximize how much time you spend. And so what do? They autoplay the next video. And let's say that works really well. They're getting a little bit more of people's time. Well, if you're Netflix, you look at that and say, well, that's shrinking my market share, so I'm going to autoplay the next episode. But then if you're Facebook, you say, well, no, that's shrinking all of my market share, so now I have to autoplay all the videos in the newsfeed before waiting for you to click play. So the internet is not evolving at random. The reason it feels like it's sucking us in the way it is because of this race for attention. We know where this is going. Technology is not neutral. Well, I think it's really interesting. It's like one way to see this is if you're just YouTube, for example, you want to always show the more interesting next video. You want to be better and better at suggesting that next video. But even if you could propose the perfect next video that everyone would want to watch, it would just be better and better at keeping you hooked on the screen. So what's missing in that equation is figuring out what our boundaries would be, right? You would want YouTube to know something about, say, falling asleep. The CEO of Netflix recently said that our biggest competitors are Facebook, YouTube, and sleep, right? And so what we need to recognize is that the human architecture is limited, and that we have certain boundaries or dimensions of our lives that we want to be honored and respected, and technology can help do that.
give the power to a party. One come crucify the dread. Time alone, oh, time will tell. Think you're in heaven, but you're living in hell. Think you're in heaven, but you're living in hell. Think you're in heaven, but you're living in hell. Time alone, oh, time will tell. You think you're in heaven, but you're living in hell. After all, oh, not a brother. What the ones who set them up, dying on, oh, down with it. Think you're in heaven, but you're living in